Hi guys, it's Bria and welcome to my channel. So I'm actually really excited to be talking to you guys because it's been a long time coming. Yeah. I've just had a lot of things going on in my mind and I've been kind of fatigued lately. But I did want to come on here and finally share with you guys that I finally did accept a job for this summer slash fall, a seasonal job, of course. And I want to tell you about how I got this job and how it came to be because I did not apply for the job that I was offered. And the job that I now have, I did not apply for it. But it's better than I could have hoped for. So I want to talk about that. So if you guys saw my last video where I was talking about the jobs that I had applied for recently, I mentioned, I think on the latter end of that video, the one job that I was meaning to apply to but had yet to do so, and that was the job at the Glacier Park Lodge. Let's see, is it called Glacier Park Lodge? I'm a born singer. Jump that jump board and go back, I swear. Yeah, Glacier Park Lodge with the Pursuit Company. Yeah, so that was a job that I had yet to apply for at the time that the video right before this one was posted. It took me a little bit of time to apply for that job, to be honest, because I just like one of the few negatives with seasonal work is just the constant applications that you're having to put in like every season almost, and I was just getting exhausted. And so I finally put in an application for the Glacier Park Lodge. I believe it's in West Glacier, with the Pursuit Company, and it was for a front desk position. Most, if not almost all of my positions that I've had doing seasonal work have been at the front desk of some sort of resort because that's just the kind of work that I like. I do like working with people. And so I applied for the front desk position. I had a great interview. And I think the offerings that they have at that location are pretty good as far as like room and board. So at the Glacier Park Lodge, if anyone like wants to like apply there, it's a beautiful looking place. And I'll post the link if you are interested in applying. But let's see, the housing is free. I wrote down notes. The housing is free for that position. Housing is free. You're only expected to have one roommate, so no like 2-3 roommates or anything like that. One roommate, $12 an hour for a 40-hour work week. They do have an employee cafeteria because the Glacier Park Lodge is kind of not around anything. So the employee cafeteria, you eat there 3 meals a day. The meals are payroll deducted at $7.50 a day, so $7.50 a day. And then I think that gets taken out bi-weekly with your paycheck, and it comes to $2.50, I think. Math, $2.50 a month. So those numbers aren't terrible, to be honest. So when she told me about them, of course in my mind I'm like, $12 an hour isn't great, but I think I can make it work with free housing. And so she'd offered me the job, but this was a Friday, and I know that following Monday I had another interview with Hotel Iroquois on Mackinac Island. And so I told her, I was like, yeah, great. I just want to do this next interview, and then I'll get back to you the following week, you know, that following Friday. And so I had the interview on Monday with Hotel Iroquois, and I was initially really excited because I'd heard great things about Mackinac. I don't have a car, so I knew like Mackinac Island is like no cars on the island. You're pretty much walking or using a horse-drawn carriage. Cute. So I was kind of excited to be on an island. I really kind of wanted to do it, but during the interview there was one thing that was kind of a non-negotiable for me, or one thing that I just was not enthused about. So with Hotel Iroquois, I think they're still hiring, so I'll give you the information on that. Hotel Iroquois, I applied for the front desk position there. And the thing about their front desk people is that you're kind of doing a lot. So their hotel is quite small. So their front desk staff not only does front desk duties like checking in, checking out people, but you make reservations over the phone. And you act as concierge, making reservations for restaurants and such on property, and then like on the island as well. The pay is $14 an hour after training. Your pay is $13.50. It's $120 per week for room and board, payroll deducted. Yeah, so that's kind of just like the rough little facts there about that one. The one thing that I did not agree with this position, which I did not know when I applied, honestly, I'm not sure I would have applied if I knew that they have a 6-day work week. Which to me is weird because I when she said 6-day work week, I'm like, oh, so are you getting overtime every week? Like, how does that work? And she's like, no, it's still a 40-hour work week. It's just we work 6 days a week. And I was just like, why? That seems incredibly inefficient and it doesn't make sense. I don't understand the math. It's not mathing. I don't understand. But anyway, in my mind, like, I'm thinking, I don't want to work 6 days a week. I didn't start doing seasonal work to be working all the time and not be able to enjoy these cool places I'm being able to travel to. And then, like, I'm trying to do YouTube. And then also, you know, my hair alone takes me like a whole day to do. I'm like, I really don't want to do that. And I was messaging my friend after the interview because I was like, part of me just really wanted to be like, to email her after the interview, which went fine. But I wanted to email her after the interview and be like, I don't know, maybe I could just like end like this whole hiring process. I just wanted to drop out of the process, to be honest, because I just didn't feel like that was something that I wanted to do, the whole 6-day work week. Everything else seemed fine, although I'm not like 100% on board of like front desk being reservations and concierge and getting paid $14 to do those 3 different jobs. But anyway, so I was messaging a friend who's also doing seasonal work about it. And amongst seasonals, Mackinac Island is pretty like favored. People like it and talk highly of that area. And she was kind of just like, you know, maybe you want to try it. And then because she also knows it's a great place, so she was kind of like, well, maybe you want to see how it goes or whatnot. And then I was just talking about how I really didn't think that I wanted to do the 6-day work week, and she was like, well, why not ask if that's a negotiable thing where you could like work 5 days instead of 6? And I was just like, yeah, why not just ask? Like, to me, for some reason, it never occurred to me to just ask. Like, it just did not occur to me. I was ready to just like drop out of the hiring process because I'm like, I can't do it. But I was like, you know what? That's a good idea. Let me email her and see what she has to say about it. And so I just sent her like a polite email. She emailed me back and was like, it's a non-negotiable. You know, most places on the island do 6-day work weeks, which I was like, okay, sis. But she was nice. She was nice. No hard feelings. But after that, part of me was like, in the pit of my stomach, I knew I did not want to work 6 days a week and I would be miserable and I would not be enjoying myself. So I just bowed out of the process. And to be honest, I was kind of sad because I was looking forward to being on Mackinac Island. I thought that may be a great place for me, but it was not meant to be. And it's just interesting how all this played out, because if my friend hadn't pushed me to at least ask them if the 6-day work week was negotiable, I wouldn't have done what I did next. This is so interesting to me. I hope this inspires someone to be more like, to be an advocate for yourself during these kinds of things when you're looking for a job and you're contemplating like offers and stuff. Like, it's just interesting. But I'll tell you. So I turned down the Mackinac Island job. Like, I just stopped the hiring process, pulled out of it or whatever. And so off of that, like I was feeling like I was on a high, like, oh yeah, I just negotiated, like it didn't work out, but I stuck up for myself, like I didn't accept less. And then I was thinking with the Glacier Park Lodge job, I was like, you know, they're still waiting to hear back from me. And the only thing with that job, like the only thing was the pay. The $12 an hour just didn't sit well with me because your girl be spending monies. Your girl be spending monies. I need monies. And so I was just like, maybe I'll ask them. Maybe I'll ask them and see, you know, if maybe they would be willing to up the pay. And so I just sent a quick email. Again, really nice, polite. You know, asking if they would be willing to negotiate to maybe be 14. That, you know, just trying to get a little something more, you know what I mean? And the lady came back again, super nice. She was like, unfortunately, the position is capped at $12 an hour. But she did say, she was like, because of your experience, I'd be willing to interview you for a front desk manager position at another property called Belton Chalet in East Glacier. And she was like, there's no employee cafeteria, but housing is still free. Would you be willing to interview for it? And I was like, yes. Yes, thank you very much. Like, for me, I have kind of always thought in the back of my mind that a manager position would be like a no-brainer for moving up in this whole hospitality industry and being able to like make more money. And so I was super excited. And I started thinking really hard about like the interview because it was going to be with her. I believe she works in HR, and then with the property manager, the Belton Chalet property manager would also be in the interview asking questions. And I prepared for this interview. I'm telling you, I have had so many interviews that, to be honest, I don't prepare for them because I just like, I know how to answer these questions. But this was the interview I prepared for because I wanted that daggone job. And I got that daggone job. So yeah, the interview went really well. Like I was conscious of myself answering these questions because I knew the types of questions that they were going to ask me because I did not have any actual like on paper manager experience. So I knew the kind of questions that they were going to ask me. And I feel like I was standing outside of my body, like watching myself, like listening to myself answer the questions. And I was just like, oh my God, I'm doing such a good job. Oh my gosh. I sound so like professional and adult-like. It was really great. It was great. And so, yeah, so they offered me the job and I accepted it. I did a great job. So I'll be going to Whitefish, Montana for manager training on April 29th. Like I said, the job is at the Belton Chalet in East Glacier. Well, I keep saying that, but I just want to make sure I'm not lying. No. I got it mixed up. I got it mixed up. So the Belton Chalet is in West Glacier. And then, so the Glacier Park Lodge was in East Glacier. Swap them. So yeah, I'll be working at the Belton Chalet in West Glacier from like April 29th is the manager training in Whitefish, Montana. And then I think the job goes until like mid-October or something like that. I can't remember. But yeah, I'm super excited. Yeah, it's one of those things where I know that it happened. It's one of those things where I know it wouldn't have happened if what happened prior did not take place. So if my friend didn't like encourage me to at least try to negotiate with the Hotel Iroquois people, I wouldn't have felt empowered to then, you know, even after having to drop out of that hiring process and being kind of upset about it, I felt empowered by, you know, at least like negotiating and like advocating for myself and not just accepting things like less or things that I know I didn't want. And so that empowered me to then go to the Glacier Park Lodge people where I was not planning to negotiate that $12 an hour. Like I was fully planning to accept that knowing that it wasn't exactly how much I wanted to make. And so the fact that I now have more than I thought I would have and be able to finally get manager experience on my resume is way more than I thought I would get from this. And I'm super excited about that. Like, your girl gonna be a manager. I just want to come on here and finally tell you guys the great news so you know Bria got a job. Yeah, so I have been meaning to say this. I feel like this is like bad on me as a YouTuber, but yeah, if you guys want to subscribe to see more content about seasonal work and traveling, and to see my vlogs that'll be coming soon when I travel to Spain in the next month, you want to see those vlogs, then you should subscribe. And if you like this video, feel free to subscribe and like, yeah. If you like this video, feel free to like it. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.